11, Terrence Phillips from Bloomington, New Mexico. We'll try to go down that list in just a moment. Right now, though, the gate is down on the start on this one. As they take that hard left-hand turn, it is the number 51 machine of Josh Clark qualifying third coming into this event out of Maxville, Florida on that Club 57 Pro Action Too Fast MX machine back to the number 2 spot. Oh, we got a battle going on there. The 83 and the 133. The 83 machine, as we scan from yesterday's results. Well, the 133 I know is Tyler Hilton, and Ethan Lane is the 83. He took a win in the qualifier coming into this, so he had qualifier position pick number 1, first gate pick. He's running back to the number 3 spot right now, trying to position himself into a striking spot for the number 1 spot. But it looks like Josh Clark pretty much has that one dialed in, at least did for the moment. Now things are really starting to tighten up there as we do a quick check out onto the course now. Past that finish line region, they'll be going for the first time, so we'll be able to get an accurate account of how this is all unfolding. A few changes taking place there up front as the number 11 of Terrence Phillips has moved into the number 2 position. I believe he was running about 4th and 5th when they came out of the start there a few moments ago, but he's made some quick moves now. We got Ethan Lane still in the number 3 spot. That is Tyler Hilton, who was battling with Lane for third in that third, now into the number 4 spot. Cole Bader, the 5X, 5th. We got James Runyon in 6th, Gabe Gottler in 7th, Chase Patton in 8th, 9th is Jaden Porter, and Alec King rounds out your top 10 there after lap number 1 as we check the action out here. Look at this, challenges being made side by side as they near the completion of lap number 2. A couple of more turns to go, and looks like Clark and Phillips have a heated bar-to-bar battle as they head toward the finish line, wrapping up lap number 2. How's it going to wrap up there? Clark still with the slight advantage. 0.3 is what it says on the clock, but on the racetrack right now, 0.327 looks pretty doggone close. And here comes that third place right now. Ethan Lane, who took the moto win in the qualifier, he tried to make a double pass right there and move right into the number 1 spot. Wasn't able to thread that needle, but let me tell you, folks, he's right there, ready to strike as soon as that iron heats back up. Working on lap number 3 now. I believe this will be a 6-lap race. Yes, a 6-lap race, so they got to get stuff done very quickly. And that's why you see the aggression that you're seeing out there. And all these guys want to be top dog when this 10th annual RCSX has completed in this 125C class. Looks like things have settled down up front, but that second place position certainly as hot as it ever was. There's a challenge coming on now from Lane. Lane trying to get around. And looks like he does. Gets around Terrence Phillips for that number 2 spot. And that opens up the real estate a little bit for Josh Clark. We'll see. We've got a couple more, 3 more laps to go now to see whether, Lane back again. So he loses the position. He drops back. A little mistake there. Terrence Phillips regains the spot. And Cole Bader not far behind either. So watching those changes take place. Watching over my shoulder, watching the monitor. Look at this. Battle for second right now. Phillips and Lane. Lap 4, getting ready to close the door on that one. Josh Clark still seeming to hold a steady pace up front and has settled into what seems to be a good pace and also a nice gap between himself and the second place position, as it appears now that the 83 of Lane just secured second. Look at that. He's all by himself. And then Terrence Phillips checking in now in third, 6 seconds back. Big mistake there. That's the way things happen whenever you get in these kind of battles. In Supercross, whether it's amateur or not, the intensity of the battle can certainly change the direction and the momentum in a mere moment. So with that, Terrence Phillips in third. We got Cole Bader in fourth. James Runyon in fifth. Tyler Hilton is sixth now. Gabe Gottler in the number 7 spot. Alec King in eighth. Chase Patton in ninth aboard the 413. And Chad Forstill rounds out your top 10 aboard the 967. Jacob McDermott is 11th. Coleman Edwards in 12th. Alex O'Rourke is 13th. Braden Gibson in 14th. Brett Matthews 15th. Jaden Porter is 16th. Brandon Turner 17th. 18th is Trevor Zimmerman. 19th, Tristan Dares. And rounding out your top 20 then is Shane Emmons. That's after 4 laps of racing complete. We are less than 2 for our leaders now, as we'll be getting a white flag this next time around. Looking for some of these battles out on the track right now. Looks like everyone has pretty much secured themselves. We've got everything from a 3 to a 9-second deficit. There's the tightest battle that I saw, and it was 1 second, and that was a lap ago, so it's even lengthened out quite a bit. So looks like riders have settled into their positions for the most part for the final laps of this 125 novice event. Josh Clark, Maxville, Florida. Winnemar, Florida's Ethan Lane in second. Bloomfield, New Mexico's Terrence Phillips in third. Quakertown, Pennsylvania's Cole Bader in fourth. And Port Richey, Florida, it's Tyler Hilton, the 133, now in fifth place position. A lot of Floridians taking the cake in this AMA Majors event and the world's largest amateur supercross event. Here goes your leader past the broadcast booth. Now about a half a lap left to go for Josh Clark. As he came into this when Clark actually qualifying in third place yesterday, took third place in the heat race, which gave him third gate pick today. Must have been just enough because he got a great jump off that gate and was able to carry it with a little bit of competition knocking on the door early in the race. All the way now, it seems, to the checker flag, or what should be the checker flag, unless I'm a lap off or something here. Well, maybe they're going 8 in this one, too. I know my sheet said 6, so maybe we've lengthened the race just a little bit. There's the white flag. I was going off some paperwork, so we are obviously bumping up the laps a little bit, so we might see some things change as this race wears on. A couple of extra laps could certainly tell a whole different story as far as amateur supercross racing is concerned, especially this early in the season, unless you're one of those riders that can afford the luxury of being in these training academies and training schools and training facilities. It's going to be tough.
What's up, Rodney Tomlin?
Hey, man,
all
it's
right,
the week.
We're reunited, and it feels so good.
Reunited,
oh, yeah.
And it feels so good.
We're going to have our own anniversary tour. It's been a long time since we started together. Rodney Tomlin and Jason Wygant here on Racer TV. We got a rider down as we're watching our screen.
That's your leader.
That's 51.
That's your leader.
Lane. Or, sorry, Clark. So it's Ethan Lane who has now taken over the lead because Josh Clark must have got cross-rided coming in that corner, tipped it over, and we got a change-up.
Wow.
Speaking of that, we have added laps to some of our classes here. You don't hear that very often in motocross circles, but they've got a tight ship here at Daytona and MX Sports, so we've been able to add laps. This is the checkered flag. Ethan Lane going to take the win, a heartbreaker for Josh Clark with that crash.
He led that when he got the early lead in that one, and he had a lot of challenges. And oddly, he was all by himself basically whenever didn't have any challenges whenever he went down. But hey, he's got some good bragging rights. He ran a good race today, second place position. It's not the win, but at least you still made your mark out there. Terrence Phillips in third, Tyler Hilton fourth. He got around Cole Bader for that number 5 position. Alec King checks in the number